Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome, everybody.
Cheers. I'm Lynnie.
And I'm Shantal.
And
hello.
Hello. Oh, you guys did that at the same time. That's nice.
I mean, I guess Gary could just chime in and say, and I'm Gary.
And hello, ladies.
Yeah.
No,
This
you
is
guys don't
Gary.
have to introduce me every time. I can just chime in randomly.
Yeah.
Just chime in randomly.
Oh, that's Gary, by the way.
Well, this will be an interesting topic to end today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to play ball, Gary.
That could mean so many things.
It means exactly what you thought it meant. Thought we'd do a little ball talk, little ball education, if you will.
I feel like the balls are always kind of neglected.
They really are. And
Yeah.
I feel like
They
a
are.
lot of women don't really know, like, I know there's a lot of women who feel like men don't like pay enough attention to their anatomy and like just the way everything works and how everything feels. But then I feel like, well, what about the balls?
Yeah.
I feel like they definitely get left out a lot.
They do. Yeah.
And they're actually quite interesting. Like, it's kind of fascinating.
Tell us how.
I mean, just the fact that, first of all, we're just going to talk about a couple fun facts about your balls. And maybe you know these, but maybe our female listeners don't really know that much about balls. Like, they're not just there. You know, when the testicles are aroused, the body temperature naturally increases, which makes the skin thicken and the testicles to expand up to double. Like, where's the wow about that? Like, isn't that crazy interesting?
Yeah.
Like double the size?
They can double. They can double.
That is pretty
He's like-
interesting. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to
I don't think mine have ever
experiment.
doubled in size.
They can. I mean, there's lots of studies done, you know, by, let's see, who was that? Masters and Johnson. They were like the sex researchers. Like, who are the big sex researchers since them?
Oh.
Seriously, like, where is
Yeah.
the lack of research on sex since then? But Masters and Johnson did a ton of studies on balls, and yeah, they specifically could get up to double size when
That's crazy.
aroused.
That is crazy.
It's pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's kind of like the clit if you think about
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
That was my thought. Like, okay, well, it's just getting aroused and it's getting larger.
it. But so the testicles, also called testes, produce about 1,500 sperms every second, about 90,000 sperms every minute, and 5.4 million every hour, and 130. Who the fuck is coming up with these numbers? 130 million every day.
Research.
I mean,
Damn,
fuck.
that's a lot of
That's
swimmers.
a fucking lot. That's in a single day.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts.
Keep saying that, huh? Pun intended.
Wow. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. It only takes one sperm to fertilize a woman's egg, but the average ejaculation, which clocks in about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of semen, contains anywhere from 40 to 130 million sperm.
That is crazy. And then anything that's not released is reabsorbed by the body. Like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And now we know why men can have so many fucking children and impregnate so many women all in one day. I thought it was interesting that the word avocado actually comes from the Aztec word for testicle. Okay. Now I'm never going to look at an avocado the same.
Just think of a fucking testicle when you see one. I guess they're kind of shaped like that.
Yeah, and you open it up and there's that big ball
Yeah,
inside.
yeah. Oh,
probably
yeah.
why.
That
It
is
is.
interesting.
It's very interesting.
Wow.
And also I did actually not know this part, but the the testicle on the left usually hangs a little lower than the one on the right, intentionally to allow the temperature of one testes to change without that energy being sent to the other testes. And if they were adjacent, as if they were adjacent or touching. So the body can increase or decrease the temperature of one of the testes without affecting the temperature of the other. Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
That's like so intricate.
I feel like I'm
yeah.
in human sexuality class right now.
I know. We're missing our rulers.
For your sex ed teachers.
Sex ed teachers. But sex ed
Like we need
desperately
classes.
needs a revamp
Yeah.
because nobody teaches you this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't. I mean, it's really fascinating, though.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
just the whole thing. But it really does. There's a lot of research that shows that the scrotum corresponds to the vulva and the labia. And there's no way to like be 100% sure how similar the sensation is, but they can estimate that the sensations are fairly similar, which makes sense. We just
Yeah.
talked about how this tissue can expand similar to the vulva and the labia.
Yeah.
And there are all these, all these networks
Yeah.
of nerves in there.
Mhm.
So it makes sense.
Yep. Let's see. The blue balls term comes from essentially wait for arousal to go down in balls.
Yeah. So there's like, haven't you heard? So I'm definitely, when I was younger, heard a lot more men complain about blue balls. Like, oh my God, it hurts so bad if I don't come. And it's just like, you're engorged and you have to wait for it to go down.
It's like edging yourself like a bunch of times. And
Yeah.
Like, I just like need to come.
Yeah.
That's a thing though. I mean, that
Yeah,
happens.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Did you know all of those things about your balls, Gary?
No, I didn't at all.
Really? None of
I
them?
knew that one hangs lower,
Yeah.
but I mean, other than that, no.
But did you know why it hung lower?
Mm-mm.
Because of temperature? Yeah,
Now I
so
know.
crazy.
Thank
That
you.
is interesting. Yeah.
Now I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to think about that. I'm going to thank that ball for hanging a little lower next time. No, it's interesting. I feel like men's balls definitely don't get very much attention.
They don't.
A lot of women are like, eh. And a lot of men are like,
Yeah.
don't go there. It's like, really? Why
I've never
not?
had a guy not want his balls played with though.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you're giving a blowjob and you just want to like play with the balls. They like that.
Cradle them.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Cradle them.
Cradle them?
Uh-huh.
Cradle, huh?
Just
I've never heard people
They're
say
kind
that.
of fun
Cradle
to
the
play
balls.
with. too.
Cradle the balls. There's just so much anatomy down there that's not really like just chatted about or
Yeah.
encouraged to be
Yeah.
even licked. Like, I know
Mhm.
we've talked about that in the past. And I think it was just the butt stuff that you were not into, right, Gary? You were
Not
like,
really.
not really.
Don't want your ass licked or eaten.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Ooh, not
But-
really. It was a hard no before.
Yeah,
if I can
wow.
recall.
I think we're starting to
Opening up
influence
a little
you.
more.
Okay, that's improvement.
I'm
That is
open to
improvement.
it.
I remember we had the conversation about like manscaping and waxing, about how like it's
Yeah.
more inviting. So if you shave or wax your ass, like it's gonna be more
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
attractive for licking.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, I guess I kind of get that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's true about the balls too, for sure.
definitely.
Definitely groom those.
Yep. That's
The whole tea bagging thing. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I did not know what that even meant for like the longest time. I thought that was something that like fucking guys like joked about doing to
I
each
thought so,
other.
too.
Like I remember there was like this guy and he always would like joke about teabagging guys in the face. And I was like, is that like a joke? Like, is that like a joke thing or like what is that? I didn't know that's actually like a sexual thing.
I didn't know that either. I thought it was
Like
a guy
you're
joke
dipping
thing.
the balls in somebody's mouth. But he was like slapping people in the face with them and
Like,
calling that
guys,
I think so.
it's fucking weird.
But I didn't know what it meant. I was like, what the fuck is teabagging?
Steeping the bag of tea.
Dipping it in. That's super. The fuck? Who does that? Like,
Who does that? I mean, people apparently do it often.
Probably feels fucking good.
It probably does.
I mean, would
Yeah.
you say that? Would you be like, can I teabag you?
I mean,
I feel like that is like hitting someone in the face with your nutsack.
See, that's what I thought it was.
I thought it
That's
was
what I
too.
thought it was. I thought it was like smacking somebody in the face with your balls. But I
Yeah.
didn't know like it meant like in a sexual way. I didn't know it meant like in the mouth.
You just kind of hover over the person and
Yeah, and dip the tea.
interesting.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I mean, I think that so what is the area called between the ball sack and the butt?
Taint.
Is
The
it? Yeah,
taint.
the taint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's a fucking strange word.
Yeah. It is.
It's kind of a funny word.
It is. But it's very like thin tissue essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to feel very good
Yeah.
to men. Interesting.
Makes sense.
I mean, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, yeah, this just was not taught ever.
No.
I feel like women are not like taught about like, okay, this is a man's perineum, aka the taint. You're like, wait, what? So as much as I feel like men don't necessarily know a ton about women's anatomy, I feel like equally women don't necessarily know a ton about men's anatomy. We were all robbed in a fucking anatomy class.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But I
remember
feel like it'd be
taking-
hard for them to teach you, like, this is a male taint. If you lick this, it feels really good. Like, they're not going to teach you that in school.
They're not. It's,
I
I
mean,
mean,
maybe they should.
they
I mean,
should.
If
I
it was
remember
like a
taking
sexual sex ed.
Comprehensive sex ed.
I took human sexuality in college, and it was, I mean, I remember it being very interesting. Learned a lot of shit, but nothing like that.
Nothing about sexual pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they have much more interesting sex classes in college now.
Mm-hmm.
Remember talking to Dr. Tara? She literally
Yeah.
teaches at Cal State Fullerton,
Mm-hmm.
and she teaches. Does she teach human sexuality, or
I think she does.
she
Yeah.
teaches some sexuality classes, and they literally talk about blowjobs and pleasure and anal, and I'm like,
How could that be a college class?
it's literally a college
Yes.
class.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I'm going back to
They'd be like,
college.
they'd be like, this is educational. I'm showing you what to do, like how to give blowjobs. Fuck.
I think it's about like, I mean, yes, there's a pleasure component, but it is just about like educating and talking and breaking down stigmas. And maybe these people are going to go on to become like sex therapists or work in some type of sexual research. But I mean, I was blown away. I watched a ton of her videos that she makes with her college students about sex stuff. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
we did not have classes like that.
No.
Yeah, because human sexuality usually just shows you the anatomy of everything. And
Sometimes all of the things. I literally remember looking at anatomy books and I know this was a thing for a long time, but I feel like they would have corrected it by the time we were in high school. But they never showed the clit. They
Yeah.
never talked about female pleasure ever. It was just like, don't have sex. You might get pregnant or get STDs.
Yeah.
the fuck school did you go to?
Just public school.
They didn't have like
teach you that.
the arrows like clitoris. Like
I don't recall that. Not when I was younger. Maybe
yeah, I
in
don't
college.
remember that in school either, but in college, yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
just
human
like, oh, here's
sexuality.
a video about birds and bees and,
Yeah.
and unwanted pregnancy and STDs, but nothing.
Remember the pregnant belly they have students wear?
you guys have to wear that.
fucked up. I didn't, but I do recall people taking like developmental classes where they're like carrying around an egg or, like don't let it break
Yeah,
for
I
the
did do
week or
that.
some shit. You did?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either.
I saw people do it, but yeah, it definitely needs a revamp
Yeah.
on sex education. But a lot of people disagree. They're like, oh no, you shouldn't be learning that. But it's like, a lot of people don't like to talk about sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did your parents talk to you about sex?
Not really. Just
No.
him. We should probably get you on birth control. That was it.
We should probably get you on birth control.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, we just skipped over the whole
Yeah,
like
that was the top.
how you get
Let's
pregnant
get you on the pill.
or
Yeah.
or like consent or
Nothing like that.
or here's some condoms. I feel like that's a lot of men that I talked to. They were just like, yeah, one day my parents were just like, here's some condoms. Don't get anybody pregnant.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That was your experience too?
I mean, I didn't really have any. I mean, my parents didn't talk to me about anything really. And I feel like you just kind of like learn it yourself. But I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of guys do. It's like, here's some condoms. Don't fucking get anyone pregnant. It's like, okay.
You're like, okay, how do I put this on? Did you watch a video?
I
Yeah.
just figured it out.
You just figured it out. I do remember people putting the condoms on the bananas, though, for sure. It's interesting. Why the fuck did we need to learn that? This is how you put it on.
That's funny.
Well, getting back to massaging and fondling testicles.
Yeah.
Men would love to hear this, that, regular testicle massages can help improve your sperm count and boost your testosterone. So if you're feeling a little hormonal, just whip those boys out.
Yeah. Massage
Hasn't
them.
it been proven kind of if your testosterone is higher, your balls go up? Like they're up more compared to if it's not, they're lower. They sag more. I think I've heard that.
Yeah. I
You
think
know,
I
when
have
you
heard that too.
get older, they slowly just start sagging more and more.
That makes
But
sense.
They start dropping.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you can still carry so much sperm and get somebody pregnant when you're like fucking 80. Make that make sense.
yeah.
Isn't
No.
that nuts?
I know. I
You
think
see
about Robert
these-
De Niro. What the
Yes,
fuck?
that's funny because that's exactly who I was thinking. Didn't
I
he
was
just have his
too.
like 14th
Yeah.
kid or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, dude. You're so old and you're having babies
it's
right
just kind
now.
of fucked up because it's like, wow, you're going to enjoy 10 years of this kid's life. Or like
Maybe.
15. Like, then your dad's going to be like 95.
Isn't there more chances of the kid having, development
Yeah,
issues
defects.
as well?
I think that's actually more common with a mother who's older. So the sperm seems to be more reliable in terms of like age. That's why men can have healthy kids when they're fucking 80.
Yeah.
But for women, it's like every year past 35 or something, your chances are increased of having like birth defects and all sorts of problems with the child's health because your eggs start to age.
Yeah.
But the
That
men,
makes sense.
apparently their sperm is just like,
Yeah.
they're getting somebody pregnant the day they die, apparently.
Oh my God.
Child support.
Child support. Yeah, I couldn't imagine wanting to have children and like at 70 something years old.
No. Oh my God.
Like, don't you just want to have, like, I'm surprised he still wants to have sex, but like, how about just sex?
Yeah. I know. Oh my God.
Sorry, that probably sounds extremely judgmental, but
No, it's
just saying,
It's real.
pretty old. But yeah, so somebody actually asked us a question, and I wanted to get your guys' input on this since we're talking about massaging and fondling, and everybody's balls are obviously more going to be different, right? Some people are like, oh, be very, very gentle, and some people are like, tug on that shit, But how do you feel about CBT?
okay. I had to Google this because I was like, what the fuck is CBT?
You're like,
Oh,
cognitive
ball-
behavioral therapy? No, wrong.
Ball
CBT.
torture.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like that would be, balls are like very sensitive. You know,
Yeah.
like guys get hit in the nuts. You're not getting hit in the dick. You're getting hit in the nuts and it hurts so fucking bad. That's
Yeah.
where I'm like, I don't know how, it's like you'd be like gentle with them. I don't know how guys could like rough
into
shit
that.
with them.
A lot of people are really into this. And we actually had a fan message us and ask us like what we thought about like ball smashing. And I'm like,
Ball
well,
smashing. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I've never thought about it. I'm going to be real honest. I've never
Like
saw a
kicking someone
pair
in
of,
the nuts or something.
I've
Or-
never seen a pair of testicles and thought like, I'd like to crush those.
God.
No, that's crazy.
So, I mean, I think it's a whole fetish, a whole like BDSM type thing, which I know we've talked about in the past where like people do like the where they're like locking them up, or there's like certain toys that squeeze them or put pressure on them or pull them
yeah.
away from the body.
God.
I've never done that. Have not. Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know who the fuck would be into that.
A lot. Apparently, a lot
I
of people are
know.
into it.
Yeah.
And it's the whole like, I think it just gets into like the dom sub type stuff where it's like you want to be just like,
Balls?
I guess it's like
Torture.
nipple clamps, you know?
yeah, it seems a little more intense than nipple
Way more
clamps.
intense.
Nipple clamps
Yeah.
fucking hurt.
Yeah, they do.
I can't get into that.
I don't think like,
I don't like
balls
pain.
though. That would hurt the most.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck
No
that.
crushing or
No.
or squishing.
Because like when you get hit in the balls, it like makes your stomach hurt. Like,
Yeah.
really bad. Like you get like the worst stomach. Like if you get like, so you're playing like dodgeball and you get hit in the nuts. I mean, it like drops you to the ground. Like it
Yeah.
hurts so bad.
Like
You're
you're
just
out of breath.
oh yeah, like it goes right to your stomach. I mean, nipples aren't like that. Nothing
No.
compares to that. That's why it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so our opinion on it, I mean, I don't know. I feel conflicted because I don't really like causing people pain, you know, but a lot of people are into pain and pleasure play. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one though. I don't even think I could do that to someone.
Yeah, let's stick with the
I'm sorry.
let's
I'm
stick with the
sorry.
massaging.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be gentle.
Gentle stuff. Wow. Fucking interesting. This was entertaining at the very least.
It
Thank
was.
you guys so much.
Thank you guys for listening.
Don't forget to rate and subscribe.
5 stars.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.